got a lot more stuff to go back and work on. Oh, my apologies. I forgot you were there. You may go. Leave the bar. Chad Ike's Courage Barbell. Coming back to you today, I have my friend Sasquatch David. That's his new nickname. And he's one of my online clients, and don't tear up, but friend. And we kind of been going over some stuff, so I wanted to shoot one video for you guys, kind of something that we really had to work on with Dave the last couple of days. And it's something I kind of shot a video about a couple back. But seeing as we were going over this, I really wanted to take this opportunity to get you guys a little better video with that. So one of the things I'm always harping on is scapular retraction and scapular depression. And what happens is a lot of people who are trap dominant, they can't do the depression. They end up flexing their traps, which is making an antagonistic and protagonistic muscle. Your traps are trying to lift your shoulders while your lats are trying to pull them down. And all you're doing is kind of binding up your body and wasting shit tons of energy. So we've kind of had that problem. Go ahead and turn around. Kind of had that problem with Dave here. So like when he's bench pressing, I want him to squeeze right here as hard as he can. And then I want him taking this lat right here and pulling it down. But as you can see, he's already kind of flexing this trap. It's not bad because we've been working on it. But when we first started doing this, like squeeze back as hard as you can. Squeeze back. There you go. You can see he'll start flexing his upper trap more. And all we want is the rhomboids, the middle traps, and the low traps. And so now what I want you to do, go ahead and relax. What we worked on a lot was elevating the shoulders, elevate them up as high as you can. Now pull them down as low as you can. Pull them down and relax this. So if you have a client or a teammate and you're telling them to squeeze here, squeeze as tight as you can, and then pull this lat down, like squeeze. If you can hit this and it's hard, he's flexing it. Like your traps shouldn't be that hard. No muscle should ever be that hard. So that's an easy way to tell. Or if you're lifting and you have a teammate or something, have them tap you right here and go, dude, you're still flexing it, you're still flexing it. And what has happened is Dave has become trap dominant, or what I call trap dominant. Every time he moves anything with his upper body, he squeezes his traps. And so at this point, he doesn't even know he's doing it all the time. And one of the other things I wanted to talk about, go ahead and turn this way to your side. Like I'll go, okay, Dave, squeeze as tight as you can right here, squeeze, and then pull down. And we've been working on this a little bit. Okay, now go ahead and relax. Relax. So I can take him and get him to here. Now I can go hold here. Hold that right there. Hold it. Hold it. And as soon as I hold it, you can see his shoulders spread apart. So go ahead and relax. What we have here, he has the flexibility to get in the position that I want. Like I can actually take him and put him, I want him right here. And if you see him go this way, like see how broad his shoulders are? I want him here, and I want him to narrow those shoulders up. So he has the flexibility to get in the position I want. What he doesn't have is the mobility to put himself in that position. A lot of times this can be tight pecs, tight anterior delts, so his muscles aren't strong enough to pull him back. It could be muscle control, like he literally has never put himself in this position or hasn't in years and basically lost the control to pull it back all the way. Because he can pull it back, but he gets to here by himself. And I'm like, no, I want here. So when he's working on this, as he's benching, I gave him a bunch of different exercises to work on this. But it's the theory, there's always more. Whenever he's benching, whenever he's squatting, I want him to always think there's more. Even if he thinks he's as far as he can go, I want him to think, no, man, there's a way, I got to go more. Like, I got to squeeze tighter, tighter, tighter. Even, I've been doing this sport for so long, I still think that way. I can lock my shit in and get it tight as hell, but I still tell myself there's more. You can get it tighter. You can get it stronger. You can make it better. Always. So go ahead and relax. So remember, when you're squatting, let's turn backwards. When you're squatting, I want these shoulder blades as tight as possible, and I want you pulling down with these lats. So we're not flaring the lats out. We're not flaring like this. We're using our lats to press our shoulders. And it's also all this in here too. Your rhomboids are squeezing together. Your traps, or your rhomboids are squeezing and pulling down. Your mid and low traps are also helping to pull this down. But I'm using a lot of my lat to pull this down because this lat comes up and attaches to this humerus, and it's going to pull this whole thing down. Bench press, same thing. We're trying to get in here as close, as low, get the shoulders as low as possible and squeezed as tight as possible, which is going to put our shoulders in a much healthier position, safer position, and it's going to allow us to get all this on the bench and really push off of it. So the moral of this story is I see a lot of people that can't do this. So you need to work a lot. Go ahead and relax. You need to work a lot on scapular retraction, which is just doing rows, like doing a row, just trying to scapular retract, arms straight. You can get in a push-up position, do the scapular retraction, and work on keeping those scaps moving and free. Now, I've also done a video, if you go back, I did a video on scapular retraction and on shoulder elevation and depression. So you can get into a dip bar and just work on that shoulder elevation and depression, elevation and depression. I hook bands to the top of the power rack, put like PVC or stick or something through it. We grab it from behind and we work on depression, pushing it down, elevating and pushing it. The scap should be able to move all over the place. When we're talking about proper movement patterns, this scap needs to move. When I'm talking about benching or squatting the most amount of fucking weight I can, I want to lock these into place. I don't want that shoulder moving at all. So that's just something to think about, and start thinking about these go together and pull down. I don't want my traps elevating my shoulder while my lat is trying to pull it down. Waste of energy, and I can't get down in the position I need to. And so that's also part of flaring. You know, I'll go, pull your lats down, and people go, you didn't depress your shoulders. Like, all you did is flare your lats out. Unless you're a bodybuilder, I'm never going to flare my lats. I always want to be able to pull down with it. So that's it. You can relax. That was just a quick video I wanted to make to kind of show you guys what I'm looking at, and you need to really focus on letting your traps relax. We carry a lot of stress in our traps. We have very stressful jobs, a lot of shit we're going through all the time with family and life and everything, and we tend to kind of want to tighten this up. And then those traps start knotting up and wadding up, and now we're in the gym trying to pull down when we can't, when those traps are jacked up. So start thinking about, throughout your day, making sure that your posture is good. And I've got some videos, if you go through, I got some videos on posture too. Making sure you're pulling your shoulders down and you're opening that chest up. We don't want to be up here like this. We want to be down. So you can work on this when you're sitting on your computer. You can work on this when you're standing in line at the bank. You can work on this when you're sitting in a red light. Work on opening those shoulders, making those palms face midline, not curved over like this. Shoulders down, together, and down. And you don't have to have them all the way locked like this, but you want them in neutral and pull them down. And work on letting those traps relax while your lats are pulling, your lats, rhomboids, mid and low trap are pulling your shoulders down. And that's also going to help in your deadlift too. In your deadlift, we don't want to go back, but we still want to pull down because it's going to make a shorter movement. And again, in depressing the shoulders, we're actually stacking the spine, and we're getting it really, really tight. So when we hinge, our spine is really stable and really strong. That's enough of that shit. Please go to Courage Barbell. pick up some t-shirts, some shorts, stickers, water bottles, more stuff coming up. I actually just made a bunch of new stickers that'll be coming up soon because we got some new logos coming out. Please go to Chad Ikes on Instagram. Follow that. I post a lot of different stuff on there. Definitely follow Courage Barbell Unlimited podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Play, Stitcher, yada, yada, yada. And that's it, man. Thank you for being my model today. And I am out of here.